Auto stop is on. Well, I don't know. Are we live? What's this auto stop thing? This is new.
Good morning.
Is everybody
morning.
Do people see
I
us?
can't see us. Good morning.
All right.
Good morning. Two people on the couch here. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for being in the video. Mark is stressing me out on my birthday.
Well, this is it. I'm not doing any more lives over on Grumpy for a while. And why is our screen all out of whack?
I don't know why it's
all right,
out of whack at all.
Ooh, man.
Or why
okay.
I'm screaming at everybody.
Right, so everybody sees us. We're live.
I don't see us. Oh, I'm not on the right internet.
Okay.
No, I'm on the right internet.
All right.
I don't see us.
I'm looking for it. Yeah, we are live.
It says just Mark in a frame.
Auto stop. Why is it not letting us? Okay. All right. We're good.
Okay, well, good, because I don't see us.
This is the most. Okay. I promise people we'll be very professional after this. If you see me live over on Grumpy Grandpa, don't go to that, Debbie. Carry on for a second.
Okay, I will carry on. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Treasure Hunter. Good morning, Lou. Good morning, Lazy Days. Good morning, Ryan, the other brother, and good morning, Ron. Yeah. Good morning, Ken, Lone Cowboy. Good morning, Dee at Homestead Rewind. I know it's just crazy. We couldn't get everything to work this morning, and it's last minute.
I did. I switched it from Grumpy Grandpa over to.
You did.
And I probably hit Grumpy Grandpa again.
You did.
Because I'm doing it all last second. And we're not doing that anymore. No more lives over on Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show on Friday nights.
I'll just sit here and tell everybody. I know.
Okay? Because that's screwing me up. We need to set up this show, concentrate on this show.
Saturday morning.
That's what we're doing from here on out. But lots of big news today.
We have lots of news today. The whole world is going insane today.
I need to take notes. So many things are going on. We got the Project V, that we can't talk about.
I have no idea what that even.
Well, no, it's just guy coming out kind of saying it's not gain of function, but it kind of is gain of function, and that's their plan, and so they can make lots of money. And the dude's freaking out, man. He knows he just lost his cush job. Like his world is over. Nobody will hire this guy ever again. So he's freaking out.
Anne just said she's going to unsubscribe to us because you won't do an ad. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. Right. It's ignorant and ridiculous.
It's ignorant and
it is ignorant and ridiculous.
I've been trying to get. If anybody has an account with Chat LGT or something like that, that is an AI that writes stories about people, I want you to ask Chat LGT or whatever it is that's smart as a computer. Write a story about two old people on a couch.
No.
And see if completely ignorant and ridiculous comes up.
Oh, I'm sure that it will, since you won't do a Ned. Because you're too busy playing with Ken.
I know. I'm done.
I know.
I'm done.
You and Ken just playing on Friday nights, and my show don't get done.
It's going to happen. I'm done with Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show.
You came home from work yesterday. I was like, well, you should just get in there and do an ad this morning really quick. In the early,
and it was a total train wreck.
Yeah,
I had to cancel the show and take it down. The technology just was all screwed up. Trying to do too much with too little.
Too much with too little.
So I'm not doing it anymore. So there you go. Maybe I.
Okay. Thank you, Anne, for not taking it out on me. Anne says she will not watch Grumpy Grandpa again until you put an ad back.
Okay.
We will have an ad from now on.
Because there's not going to be any more Grumpy Grandpa for a while.
We need to start doing
Grumpy Grandpa is going on hiatus. So let's get back to the news a little bit.
We do have lots of news going on today. Lots of news.
I guess.
And the biggest news of the day is
the what happened the other day. The
no,
protests.
The biggest news of the day
Grumpy Grandpa.
It's my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest news of the day is it's my birthday.
That train
don't forget that.
Last night made me not set it. I could have done like a nice little birthday thing for you. Didn't do that. I didn't do Ned. I didn't do anything, and it's changing. Let's stay on track here. Our show is about the news.
Okay, so yes, we do have lots of news, and the biggest news is they found a way. And I'm not saying it's sad what happened to the poor man, Tyrone or whatever his name is, in Memphis. It's really sad what happened to him. I do believe the police officers were in the wrong for sure, but I don't know that. I mean, I'm pretty sure the police officers were in the wrong on this one. But that being said, it has started the protests back up. So as far as I could tell and see and research, the protests were pretty peaceful. Or all the glamour shots they put out of the protests, glamorizing the protests last night, were peaceful protests. So, but they are going to start them up in Chicago and New York City and around the whole country again because of this. But we'll see what happens.
It is, police, brutality or whatever, right?
It was in this. I really feel like it was in this case.
I don't know.
I could be wrong, but
I don't know what led to them being that mad at the guy or anything. So we don't have the facts. All I know is, thank goodness, it wasn't.
Well, now it can only be It can only be against the police in general.
I don't
this time
because I don't like to make it racist, but I don't like to think that way. These are just bad cops.
Yes. Good morning, zombie.
It goes both ways. There's bad cops. And I don't like bringing in racism. We shouldn't even look at it that way.
Yeah.
Because it's just people doing things wrong.
Yes.
People.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Human beings doing things wrong. But,
But somebody can stick up for Memphis in the chat if they want to, but
don't ever
Memphis is a horrible
let
city.
A good crisis go to waste, though. That's our leaders in Washington, D.C. motto. So they call the TV stations right away. Like, they don't even have to. They're under their pay. Yeah. So they're like, hype this thing up. Now
there are also some protests going on that the media will not even talk about, and those protests are getting violent, and that's Antifa in Georgia.
No, yeah,
Antifa is protesting in Georgia, and those are catching things on fire and having
I tell you,
explosive.
Then, little Frenchie in Big Texas probably knows about this over in France. Okay, their unions are like kind of more legit unions. Our unions are just ran by the Democratic Party too. They're one and the same. All right. So whenever we changed our Social Security from 65 to 67 to get full, you notice how the unions didn't like just absolutely freak out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not over in France, boy. Those people over there, they tried to move it from like 65 to 66 or something like that, or maybe 67. And the unions are out in the streets protesting, saying we ain't taking, they're shutting down businesses. They're saying we're shutting down billionaires' businesses. We're, we ain't taking that. We paid into that. So at the age of 65,
we can start retiring.
And it's my money. It's different. Listen, if it was, rich people's money being given to me, that would be a different story too, right? But it's not. It's my money that
took out of
my pay to go back to me.
Okay.
All right? It's, and I don't, these leftists that say, the Republicans want to get rid of, what if they got rid of Social Security? I'd be pissed. Yeah. You know what? Though, but you don't understand that money hasn't been used for Social Security. It's been used for probably going over to Ukraine for the war. They can dish that out any way they want to. Yeah. There's no law that says Mark's money gets set in a separate account. How did we get
to Social Security? We were talking about protests.
Because I'm outraged.
And I have some
France.
stuff.
Well, France is protesting.
Yeah, that's what little Frenchie just said.
Yeah, she knows.
Yeah. Okay, well.
She knows why we're talking about Social Security.
We're still on the protests.
It's protests. Okay, go.
Okay, LG, Lori, the protests that are in Atlanta, Georgia are getting violent, but those started before last night. Those are Antifa, and I'm not even sure why Antifa started up. I think they were just getting a running start, maybe. I'm not sure, but those protests are getting violent, and but the media is not showing those protests. They won't let you live stream them or anything, so they are shutting those ones down. But yes, they are catching police cars on fire and causing havoc in the streets and everything in Atlanta. They are doing that, but Those are a little bit different, but I'm sure they will morph into this and get it. They probably were practicing for this event.
Just be glad we don't live in a big city, because all you cities are ran by, crazed people, and it's all going to be a mess, and nobody wants to stop it. You know what I mean? Nobody wants, that they're too afraid to stop it because they might get in trouble and everything. So it's just going to go on and on and on and on. Okay, let me get on. I just want to throw in one of my old satellite buddies that lived in Canada.
Okay, yes.
Not Ron.
Not Ron.
Ron, there's another one. But he might know who I'm talking about. He's still working and everything. But he said, he sent me a really interesting link, Old Glory Bank. They're starting up by, here we go. I'm trying
This is interesting.
Yeah, it's, I'll try to bring it up here while we're talking. But, here they are. It's John Rich, Dr. Ben Carson, Larry Elder are kind of, and it's starting here in Oklahoma. And what they promise is, no matter what your opinion is on the world, or, like what happened up in Canada is the truckers were protesting, right? And just like China, they had a social credit score, and they said, no money for you, your bank accounts are seized, right? Well, this Old Glory Bank promises never, ever, ever, never, never will they seize your money. So, and it's starting up in Oklahoma. Good luck with that. I don't know how long it'll take for the Federal Reserve to take control of that bank.
Yeah,
too,
yeah, it probably won't be FDIC.
One could hope, right?
Yeah.
But I found that Old Glory Bank.
That is right. I forgot. I did know the reason why they were protesting. With Mark going off on 500 million subjects that aren't what we're talking about, he's getting me off canter. But it is because they were squatting in the police training center behind in the woods, and then the police cleared them out of the woods behind them, and so they got mad. The Antifa people in Atlanta.
Yeah.
They cleared them out of the
trying to start
squatting.
their own,
yeah.
own free zone or whatever.
What started them off. I forgot all about that. Good morning, Jake.
Atlanta is not a good place to be right now. Memphis, not a good place to be.
Yeah. Probably any big city, not a good place to be.
I highly recommend my relatives that don't believe anything I say, which is most of them, know, just go live and go down, and live in downtown Memphis. Go and live in downtown Atlanta. Tell me how this democratic process, the democratic leaders are working out for you. I'm staying here in Oklahoma where, it's like red. You can't get redder than Oklahoma.
No, you can't.
I'm staying here.
Redder than Oklahoma.
And all those people that think there's nothing to do here and that Oklahoma sucks, good. Whatever we're doing is, I had like a white mark on my nose. Look at that. Look, where is that? The sun's coming through.
Oh, is the sun coming through?
Yeah. So I have a dot on my nose.
Oh, you do have a very
I was like, where did that come from?
Oh, my goodness.
And what else could go wrong?
I don't know.
It's just a little tiny hole over there.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, it is on your nose.
You couldn't make this stuff up. All right. Maybe it's God saying, Mark, I'm still with you.
Yeah.
I know you've had a rough night or two here.
Yeah. Well, Mark
and your
was
show's
all
a train wreck.
Yeah, Mark was all wound up last night because nothing on his show was working last night.
It was terrible. It was the worst
horrible.
thing that ever happened.
I know. He did not like it at all.
I promise I'll never do that to people ever again. Okay. Now, what was I talking about? I even forgot.
I don't know.
Whatever. We got that going on.
You want to get out to some of the news?
Yeah, your slate.
You do have
absolutely
the phone number up already this morning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we do. And that's good, but I don't know why we have. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get back. Oh boy, I even closed that out while I was doing it.
Yeah. One ray of hope for Mark. Well, Mark might need it.
There's our slates, right? Okay.
Yep. All right. So
Debbie, lead us off.
And the big news is that the U.S. and also Germany will be sending tanks to Ukraine.
Yeah.
So, and this is not making Russia happy, making them very unhappy. And so we will be training them on these tanks, which is where I heard Ned is at the training facility to train these people.
Russia said we just want this portion of Ukraine, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they might, Who knows if that's all they want or not, right? But that's all they're saying. These Russian people living in this they want to come back.
Yes.
Let's just take it back. Just like Crimea, they voted, we want to come back. So did this area. Voted, we want to go back to Russia.
Yeah.
Boom. Draw the line.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. But that's not what it's all about.
Right.
This is all about things aren't going the deep state's way right now, too. And that was one of their juggernaut. Boy, they won it over back in 2014. Mm-hmm. It's been going on since like 2008, though. They won it back with their fake leader there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were just money laundering and doing nefarious stuff.
Now they're still money laundering.
Yeah, now they're
stuff. Yeah,
it's
Good
let's
morning,
get
Okie.
every last dollar out of
Good
the
morning,
American
Jackie.
people before this.
Yeah,
and then Russia will take over.
Mm-hmm.
That's my prediction. And just like this other guy in the CIA, former CIA, said, "Listen, this is going to happen. It's going to happen in another Russia, old state. Then they're going to take over. Well, they're going to let China." Take over Taiwan, because China and Russia are working together now.
Yeah.
They're working together. Us and Russia, not so much,
Not so much, yeah.
Russia's standing up to the deep state,
right.
to all these rich oligarch leaders, and they're saying,
yes.
Okay.
We're not going to do that, yeah.
Right, let's get on to the
So, and then here is about the Antifa in Georgia, and 6 arrests in the night of rage that they had, which is what started it, but they're not even letting any of that. Good morning, Possum Run.
I need to start reading.
I need to make you a mod.
These two, but Zombie 5 is right. It's going to take forever to get them tanks over there. They got to train them over here, unless we send them over there and all of a sudden change our mind and say, ooh, let's just put our soldiers in there.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if that doesn't happen. I don't think it will, but it might.
Possum Run, when you come to our channel, you become a moderator. So there you go. We got you all hooked up. Glad to see you this morning. So that is what we've already kind of talked about that, but that is not being reported in the news. They're just kind of sweeping that under the Why did we come out here?
Because I like it.
Okay. All right. We were doing the news.
Well, okay. Let's go back.
Okay.
I thought maybe the slides were there while we were talking about it. But I would be sorely wrong.
You will be wrong. All right.
All right.
Keep going. All right. You are just
I didn't know. Maybe I'll take us full screen like this. Is this better?
Well,
I'll come back to your beautiful face here in a second. All right,
okay. So, and then again, they're talking about the Night of Rage. So you can go on to the next one.
Man, you're into the Night of Rage.
Well, that's because the news isn't.
I'm all calm over here, and you want to rage over.
Okay. So, in the last 48 hours, it's been more than that now, but there was like 3 mass shootings.
Asians gone wild.
Gone wild in California. So, and 19 total people dead.
What's all
one
that
at
about?
A dance studio, and then a mushroom farm.
I don't know, but these old guys work there. You try to get information on this, it's not too good. Like if it was a white dude, right? You know his whole history and background, right? But this guy, I don't know if he was even, these old Asian dudes were born in America, or were the one town. Let me just go into little statistics before people say I'm crazy and all that stuff, right? The one town, Monterey Park or whatever it is, right, where the one dance hall was, right?
Yeah.
That one? Okay, 52% of the people there in that town were not born in America.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Yeah.
The Asian population is like 62%. The Hispanic is like 30%. And whites are 10%, right?
Yeah.
So it's, I'm not going with Kell or anything. I'm just saying.
They weren't born in America.
They don't have, they weren't born in America with American beliefs and all this stuff like that. And then you throw in the Asian gangs, which are...
Yeah, that was interesting. We went down that rabbit hole for a little bit.
Yeah, the Asian gangs are... They're brutal over there, too. People don't know this stuff, and they have, they're armed to the hilt, these Asian gangs.
There was, a machine gun used in the shooting, and that is what they were talking about, is the gangs running around on motorcycles with machine guns.
And, boy, the Asians and the Spanish gangs do not get along either. And if you're white, you're just in the middle of the crossfire. All that going on over there, man. You better pack up and get out because you're on the losing side of both. Because you don't have a gang. You might have the Reds, the Bloods, the Crips, which are mainly Spanish and everything like that too. But whatever. I don't know the gang thing going over there. All I know is there's lots of gang activity in this little region. And the Asian gangs are very
prominent, apparently.
Powerful.
Yes, apparently.
All right.
But anyway, so the first guy...
You're not going to get that from only from 2 janitors do you get that kind of information. You won't get that statistic. You think a reporter would sit there and go, let's look into this town and just see what it's all about.
Right.
Let's look in this guy's background, see where he was. Is he, born? Is he a citizen? Was he born here citizen or did he become a citizen? Let's find out some more information.
The first shooter did off himself at the end of the incident.
Yeah, and then the other guy just turned himself in to the cops.
Yeah.
He's like, I did that, man. I was pissed at. I can understand an old man. Things aren't going his way.
I don't understand an old man doing that. So stop.
I don't know how a man can get so wound up.
I don't know how America gets so wound up at all.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know the situations.
Yeah.
Nor will we find out because they didn't fit their narrative, so these stories are gone.
Gone. All right, so you can go on to the next slide. Next slide. All right. So, of course, Monterey Park, blah, 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 and everything. Go on to the next slide. We already talked about all this.
Monterey Park. That's the town. Monterey Park. Yeah. Look up the statistics. Go to Wikipedia. Look up the statistics of this town. All right, next.
Good morning, learning to grow.
Is this still the same?
Yeah,
keep going.
Keep going. Yeah. All right. So, as far as I know, and somebody tell me
when did we not reach our debt limit?
Well, we've reached our debt limit, and I don't think anything's been done to alleviate that. So I'm not sure what happens next since we can't borrow any more money, but maybe we can. I'm sure we can. I'm sure we just borrow.
We just print it. And then our eggs will be $20 next week.
They will be.
My God, what were they, $1? People are saying 3 years ago or so, back whenever my guy was in office, dollars were like around $1 for 12. Is that correct, Deb? Dollar just for 12? And now what are they? They're $7, $6, $7, $8 around the country.
Yeah.
There you go. And,
Well, do you want to talk about that for a second? About,
sure.
No, about, the farm store selling the seeds that cause the chickens not to lay eggs. Tractor Supply.
Oh yeah, Tractor Supply. Now, and I've researched a little bit. Somebody said, yeah, Tractor Supply has cheap feed, and they have good feed. Now, why would you? I guess if you're just raising meat chickens, maybe you don't care as much. I don't understand. I'm not a homesteader, but okay. So they had good feed, right? That worked great, but cost more. Then they had cheap feed, and that's the feed that had less protein, which wouldn't create eggs, right? And people knew it. Mark, this is old news. I was like, okay. But the new news is that they changed. I think their good feed is not as good. Because, this great economy we live in. And that's also getting bad results. So homesteaders out there, just be aware of your feed. If something changes and you're going and buying, Tractor Supply feed, and something goes awry, I just wanted to put it out there as news. You might want to change your feed first before you freak out about something else, right? Maybe your good feed from Tractor Supply ain't as good as it used to be. I don't know. I don't have any experience in this. Yeah. So do your own research on that. I'm just putting it out there. Do your own research on that.
So Zombie has a good point. Says if the debt ceiling isn't raised, we as a country can still pay bills, but Washington D.C. won't have any extra money to launder.
And
that's a good way of putting it. I like that.
They have to have it.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, they need that 1.5 trillion omnibus and all that stuff. Not to help us, but to continue their nefariousness, to keep power, and to line their own pockets. Yeah. And it's not so much money. Once you're so much a millionaire, 10 times, like they say, like once you got 20 million, you're just doing it because you love power. You like to screw people over. It gets in your blood. You just love the power, like Soros and Gates and all them. They have enough money, but they get addicted to, like Bill Gates. He's got the WHO. He's got he's got control of the pharmaceutical and biotechnology or whatever.
Yeah.
For all this stuff. He's got them in their back pocket and he loves it, man.
Yeah.
He did it. He pulled it off just like he could get an operating system that everybody needed, right? Then, he changes it every year. So you have to keep on buying it, right? It was genius. It ain't nothing different than what's going on in the pharmaceutical. He knew that. He capitalized it back in the early 1990s, started investing in pharmaceuticals and biotechnology, and bam, he's on top again. There you go. All right.
So go back to the news slides.
All right.
All right. So go on to the next one. All right.
Yep.
Oh, so this week we're gonna have dangerous cold come down in the United States again, and here in Oklahoma it's gonna hit on late Saturday night. So and all next week we're expecting some light icing and some ice and sleet.
You know what Ron up in Saskatchewan is saying right now?
This is a normal day as usual.
It's going to push down to you guys. It lives up here.
I know. That's what he is saying.
It's brutally cold up here all the time, guys. We drive on ice. They don't even clear the roads up there. They're just ice. Like and the snow just goes.
Yeah.
It blows across the road. It doesn't. The snow doesn't even stick to the roads because it's ice, and you just drive along like an average, day in in any other normal country. Those people just get on the road and say, "We're going to work.
We're going to work."
Right.
Yeah.
Our school was closed down, and
2 days, and there was hardly any snow.
We haven't had a snow day. I said they're going to cancel it. I guarantee you. And all the people some other people are like, oh no, it's not going to be bad enough. I said once the first snowflake
it hadn't even started
sky,
snowing yet, and they had canceled it for 2 days. We went to work both
and nothing
days.
stuck, and we would have been fine both days. But that's okay. I mean, I enjoyed it, and if they don't, if like some other school does cancel, and it gets humongously bad, and you didn't, oh my gosh, the town is just going to be like, why'd you put our kids in danger, right? So I feel for the people that have to make
those
call.
decisions.
Because it's, 50% of the time, you're going to make the wrong call. 50% of the time, you're going to be like, nailed it,
I did see that. I was going to put that on a slide, and I didn't get that far. But yes, actually, the rotation of the Earth's core has stopped. Right?
Yeah,
stop.
And he's got a big question mark there, right? Because they really don't know. They're just thinking this is what's happening down.
Good morning, Tina.
They have no clue what is actually going on in there, right?
Yeah.
They just like to. But whatever, it's doing that. We do know that the pole's shifting a little bit.
Yes.
It's been shifting over the years here.
I do look for pole shifting.
Because we have compasses. They go, ooh.
Yeah.
It used to be here. Now it's here.
Yeah, and there was an attack in Jerusalem was it the attack was on Palestinians, right? And I may have a slide on that too.
True north.
Yeah.
Always remains true.
Oh, always.
Magnetic changes.
Yeah.
So, again, whenever you're doing satellite communication like I do, right? True north is, more important. Like you whip out your compass in the old days, but that's changing, so you got to put it in the calculations of where to aim,
Yeah.
So that's changing, right?
Right.
But if you just go to like a map, right? And it says, ooh, shoot over top of that building to true north right over there. Boom. And that program works really good. It's usually right where it says. I just thought all you people out there would like to know that. Don't you think that's important on your birthday?
I agree, Zombie.
She tunes me out.
She's really you're just talking about nonsense.
All right.
Yeah. Zombie said if the poles had stopped, wouldn't we have noticed some crazy happenings? You would think so. I mean, if the pole shifts, like totally
There's
shifts,
probably be like
the weather will all
volcanoes
change, right?
and earthquakes. If something just stops and you're right up against it, right? Which is
Lou
the outer
knows.
core. The outer core and the inner core. Well, the outer core is not going to be. It's got to start ripping a little bit underneath there or something. Probably. Who knows?
Yeah.
Though, because literally, they just because of magnetic fields they believe this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But scientists will admit they know nothing about that, just like about half the things that they guess on, and they go science, science, science. You got to believe us like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do.
All right. What else we got?
Okay. So, and then of course we talked about this. This is
Oh, that's good. When is it going to be? Did it already get released?
It got released last night.
Boy.
That's why the protest started.
I think I saw some of that, and they were
it was bad. I'm not going to show that because it was really bad.
They were wailing. It was handcuffed, really bad. And they were just wailing on him.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. Maybe maybe he threatened one of their family members, or I don't know. I'm just making this shit up right now.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know what happened, so I'm going to stay out of it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's not that good of a reason for it. Just take them in. You're mad at them. Emotions are going crazy. The police need to hone that in just a little bit. All right.
A little bit, yeah. So that's what started the whole
I don't know
protest
I don't know all the facts. So those guys might be completely,
Okay, then we have France news. France might be the next country to send tanks to Ukraine.
Not? Join in.
But they're afraid that that it will cause trouble because, so the U.S. is sending a certain tank and Germany's sending a different kind of tank, and this would be a third tank, and they'd have to be trained on all these tanks, and that might cause trouble, is what they're saying.
I got a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody don't send any tanks and make an agreement with Russia and just say, because Russia ain't going to just fold up, go, yeah, they got tanks now, so we're not going to hold these regions that we took,
Right.
We're not going to draw the line and say, okay.
And I really believe it's just a reason to escalate the war is all that this is. Or saber rattling, whatever.
They need a good war to bring in the New World Order. Yes. Mark it down below in our, we didn't put it in our title, but go ahead, Wikipedia or whatever, the little New World Order. They'll put a little thing down below us. And
a little check.
Or the Great Reset. That is the Great. I mean, at Davos, they couldn't stop using New World Order, right? They said everything was the New World Order. It exists. Why would So they need a war so they can, the central bank system's collapsing. They need to get rid of it because they've ran that Ponzi scheme into the ground, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to go bust. So they got to reset it all back up. So they need a good old war to hone in a new system. That's why they're talking over there in Davos.
Yeah, Lou, you're probably right. Russia arms dealer that Joe released is going to have some good, big garage sales of American equipment.
Can you even make this stuff up?
I don't know that you can make it up.
Because, listen to me, okay, we know that half the stuff that we're sending over there, I don't know, I'm just making that figure up. A lot of it doesn't even make it to Ukraine. The weapons that we send, they get to the black market.
Right.
Which ultimately probably goes to Russia.
Good. Yeah.
They go to Russia. And then they sell it, and Russia's making a profit. Ukraine is selling it on the black market.
Yeah.
They're making a profit. Russia and Ukraine are probably like, hey, we'll just keep on using our crappy equipment. We'll keep this proxy war going, right? Meanwhile, Ukraine people are like, man, we're making a ton on this war, right?
Right.
Not the people. The Ukrainian people are suffering.
Right.
But the corrupt leaders are making a huge profit. Russia's making a huge profit. And us American people are giving the money to these people so that they can divvy it up between themselves. And the Ukrainian people get screwed. The American people get screwed. French people, German, all these people giving them stuff. You're all being suckered like you would not believe. Prove me wrong. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Put your little Ukrainian flag in your
profile. I know.
All the people that do that put the Ukrainian flag in there that love war, they hate it. That's how brainwashed the mainstream media. Hold on. That's how brainwashed the mainstream media have these people. is they'll switch on a dime. They are like, oh man, war, bad. This is a good war.
Okay.
Go.
I'm gonna try to tell a story without releasing any names.
I got some stories too. I'm gonna make a scenario for you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to tell a story
Little
without releasing.
Freddie.
Hang on.
And Karen's in college. We're gonna.
Okay. Stop.
Little baby Freddie.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. All right. So, the other day there was a train on the tracks, and it was full of tanks, right? And this person goes, "Man, I hope all those tanks are going to Ukraine." And I just had to bite my tongue so hard.
Yeah.
It was funny.
That's gonna be great. They're gonna be killing people left and right. Let's get those over there right away. Okay. Now, do you want to hear my scenarios?
Sure.
Okay.
Again,
we're talking about media brainwashing you and everything.
Yeah.
This is how bad it got. Okay, so I gotta. Nobody listens to just me.
No.
Right. So I have to make up a scenario.
Okay.
Me and you.
Uh-huh.
We just had little baby Freddie.
Okay.
We named him after Fred.
Yeah. Right.
Our producer. Right. We got little baby Freddie.
Yes.
And he's so cute. He's 6 months old, by the way. 6
months old.
Well, what do you do? We want to get him baptized.
Right? Oh my!
You say, tell me, we need
Mr. Mark. We need to get little Freddie baptized.
We're gonna get little Freddie baptized.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then you come out and then you say, oh, after we get him baptized, I hear that there's a pharmaceutical trial on diaper rash. Go ahead.
Oh, there's a trial on diaper rash.
Little Freddie doesn't have diaper rash.
Well, I think we should still get him in that trial.
Do you
Yeah.
think? Okay. Well, it's totally experimental.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I think we should get him in,
trial,
even though he
hold on.
have
Let me
diaper rash.
explain something. The trial is just to see if down the road there might be complications with it, though, and everything. And little Freddie doesn't have diaper rash.
Well, I know, but we should still get him in this trial for the good of mankind.
Mankind, and
yeah.
Even though this baby we're here to protect, little Freddie,
right?
We're supposed to protect this little baby. That's our number one job as parents. We're gonna throw all,
caution to
the wind, and get him. Okay, that's
my.
There's my scenario right there.
Okay,
right? And this other thing didn't bother kids, right? They're not being affected by it, right? And man, the media says get your kids down there and get them in this. It's not been tested for more than a year. Get those kids down there, and these brainwashed people are like rushing down. And then if you try to tell them no, they'll say not only are we getting them one, we're going to get them back-to-back boosters. We're going to juice our kid up because we're mad at you for even suggesting that we just look into it.
Right.
All right?
Right.
Okay, and then let's get on to Karen.
Okay, Karen.
Karen, we had her a while ago. She's in college, right? Karen goes, hey,
why doesn't she have a cute name? That's like not Karen.
Little Freddie. Freddie, what is Karen S? What is it, Karen?
Karen S.
Okay, Karen S. But she's not a little baby anymore.
No,
so we just call her full-blown Karen. And we named her after Karen, too.
Okay. All right.
So Karen's off at college. And she's like, hey, hey guys, I hear that there's a, pharmaceutical trial going on. Just kind of like what we, and I'm in college. And I want to have a rip-roaring good time. I think I'm going to go in there and, do that for fast cash.
Okay.
What do you think, Debbie?
I think that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah. And they don't know what's going to happen, but,
I think that's a good chance to take. Don't you think that's a good chance to take? I think that would be good
sound
for
advice from, is it bothering you right now, what you're getting tested on? Or,
no.
Karen,
no.
She says, Karen says no. It doesn't bother me at all, but I can make money off this.
Right.
As a parent, you'd be like, don't do it, And that's just like what happened to the Unabomber guy, Kaczynski. What was his name? Kaczynski? Everybody tell me. I can't think of it right now. The Unabomber. He did the same thing.
Oh, he was in the
CIA trials.
Yeah.
To see how taking all this, LSD and everything would
affect your mind.
Would affect your mind. Yeah, he did that. And he's like, for fast cash. And it didn't go so well.
Yeah.
I want to say Ted Kaczynski, but that's not it. I'm just Okay, those were my two. That took up about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
right
that was
there.
crazy.
You want to get it?
You know what I was thinking?
It is Ted Kaczynski, the
Okay.
Unabomber. I
Go
was
on.
right.
Let's finish the slides and then let's open the phone lines. Okay, go to the next one because we'd already talked about that.
Right.
Okay, and these are the 5 officers.
Yeah, we already talked about that. Yeah.
On the Memphis thing.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the next one.
All right.
And then this was the video was released of the attack on Mr. Pelosi, her husband. So I'm not going to show that either.
How did Mr. Pelosi even get a drink?
Like he had a drink in his hand.
I'm not saying he wasn't, attacked or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just weird. And
it just
the
was
middle of
big
the night.
in the
But
news.
in the middle of the night, he's just like, he asks his attacker, like, hey, let me just grab who knows what was in there. I'm thirsty.
I need to get a drink.
So he's got either a drink of water or a cocktail in one hand. They both have a hold of the hammer, and they're like, the cops open up. It's like, what's going on? And they're like, yeah, everything's cool.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Yes, Treasure Hunter, it is wars and rumors of wars.
That just reminds me of the story of just opening up a door and not knowing what, and then you're like, and the first reaction is like, I'll go back to that satellite story. Yeah. No names mentioned. I'll leave the satellite operator. Okay, so he was sitting in his truck and we can't leave. We're in the middle of a show, so we can't leave or anything like that. Well, he farted, right? And a little, like the third graders will tell you, it's called a dookie. I guess that's what they call poop in this day.
Oh,
a dookie. I did not know that until I started being a janitor for third grades. So a little squirt might have came out, right? So he had dropped his pants down.
Mr.
Right?
Pelosi opened the door.
Yeah, I know. But,
to the cops.
Yeah, but
somebody asked.
But as cops, it opens up. You're like, okay, hammer. They're holding it. I don't know what's going on here. But can I get back to my story? Okay. Yeah. So he had dropped his drawers so he could wipe himself, right? No names mentioned here. It's down like that. And the guy, the tech manager had a question. So he comes running real quick, busts open the satellite door. And he's got his pants down around his knees, right? And he's like this. And the technical director just, bam, he shuts the door, right? And then he goes over. We had 2 satellite trucks there. So then the technical director runs over to the other truck and goes, I don't know what's going on in that other truck over there, but I got a question for you guys. It's really important.
Yeah.
And he goes over. And so the other satellite operator, after it was all said and done,
it's like, what was going on over here?
Yeah, he goes over to the other side and says, dude, that guy looked like he saw a ghost. He come running in there and said, I don't know what's going on over there. And the other side goes, dude, I forgot to lock my door, before I started, doing what I was doing. Again, we can't leave the satellite truck. We have to stay in there in case we have to go to the backup to keep the game on air. So totally understandable why this was happening the way it was. But that was a good satellite story for you. I'll come up with other ones.
Okay. Yeah, Lou, I guess you're right. But then if he didn't open the door, who did? Did the attacker open the door?
That's been under question because nobody really sees like his hand. He did. He probably did. But they were wondering how he could, like, with a drink in his hand, also open the door. It could have been just one of those latches, though, where you just push down and open. But they're like, well, if he has this, how did he grab the knob and turn it? What's it, automatic doors? Like, can you just say door open?
He said he did have a drink in one hand, and then they kind of both had their hand on the hammer in the other hand.
I just want to know why everything...
Maybe the attacker did.
Listen, everything was calm. Like, even whenever the cops said, hey, what's going on? The attacker was still like, yeah, all's good here, right? Mm. And then once the cop, I guess, all's cool until one person asks you to put down the hammer, right?
Right.
That's all it took. It's like, hey, put down the hammer.
All right, go to the next
slide. He's been in the house for 20 minutes or who knows how long.
Yeah, they're waiting on Mrs. Pelosi.
And nothing triggered this guy
until the cops showed up.
And just said, hey, dude, put down the hammer.
Yeah.
So, that just put me over the edge.
Yeah.
I'm,
right.
See
what else we got.
All right. Okay.
Oh, and then there was a massive pileup in Wisconsin that injured dozens. So,
people can say, Mark,
yesterday.
Why are you a janitor now?
Yeah,
why are you a janitor now? Listen, if they got fiber nowadays, but back in the old days, they're like, if Mark doesn't make it to the game doesn't go on. So Mark has to make it.
Mm-hmm.
So Mark drove in these conditions. I didn't have a choice. I had to make it to the games, or the games didn't happen. So I'd go 25 mile an hour all night long to get to these places.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Mr. Mark's a janitor. I'm loving it. I've saved up money. I don't need to do this crap anymore. I don't need to work with those producers in the news and, from, CNN and MSNBC. I don't have to work with these jackwads anymore telling me to do stupid stuff. That's why Mr. Mark loves being a janitor. I just clean crap. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's not even crap most of the time, is it, Deb? We just clean.
We just clean. Mostly it's mop floors. A lot of mopping. So
but
go
that
to
was
the next
terrible.
slide.
I feel for all the truckers out there that have to make money and get
one place to another.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back. So you can go to your marina.
All right, let's get out to the marina.
And you can put our phone number up.
All right, I'm doing that right now.
All right, if you have anything that you would like to talk about, you can call us and let us know your perspective on any of the stories that we covered this morning or anything going on in the world. I could be wrong. I just really feel like the lights are going out. At some point, I've thought that for a long time. So far, they haven't gone out. So, maybe I'm wrong about that. I also think that a nuke will be used in some form and fashion in the future, like within probably 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. I'm just making sure everything. We should be ready to rock and roll here, people.
If you have anything on your mind and would like to call in, you can call in. We got about 15 more minutes, and we're going to be...
Well, I wasn't looking forward to this show because I was tired and everything, right? And I've just been wound up. I've been trying to do too much technology after a long day of work, right? And so But boy, I got enough coffee in me this morning.
You did get enough coffee in you.
And it got me wound up enough just to I'm back to myself. My cold, I think, is getting over with. I'm getting ornery again.
That's an interesting...
And that makes for a good show.
That's an interesting question. So, if you are on probation for a DUI, are you not allowed to drink in your own home? Is that against your probation?
That's true. What was in the cup? That would be good information. I'm sure the cops know, you would think, but they probably didn't. Who knows?
You just can't drive while drinking.
No,
right?
You can't have alcohol.
You can't have alcohol if you're on probation?
I don't think so. Well, guns or alcohol?
Then I don't want to ever be on probation.
It'll be interesting to see what some of the teachers said. They're bringing you something over today.
I know
to eat. They said,
but
I bet you it might have something along with the eat.
I have no idea.
No, Cowboy Ken said your internet's working on. Yes, I've been interneting at night now, and stuff, watching videos, and it hasn't. Have you had any interruptions here in the last couple days?
Not so far. Yeah, it's held in there pretty good today.
I think maybe somebody else on our street complained and finally got it fixed. But yeah, I think our internet issue is over. I think somebody was transmitting something that would get into the cable line and interfere and take us down, or they just had a problem, with their system. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So the Penguins are doing good. Anything wild going on the pier that we're missing out on? Yeah. There's a lot of penguins. Yeah. Not penguins. Pelicans. That's too close. Penguins, pelicans.
You know what? Alcohol does numb the pain, but do you know what alcohol's not good for, Ken? Sinus infections. Just saying.
Sheets. Bed sheets.
Sinus infection.
You want to ask me, what does alcohol and bed sheets have to do with each other?
Yeah.
You want to tell them, Deb, or you want me to explain?
I have no idea.
She does this thing where she lifts her feet up and then pulls them down. Lifts her feet up.
No.
Pulls them down whenever she's been laying in bed after a couple nightcaps, right?
Yeah.
And she pulls all the covers off of me. And so anytime Debbie's drinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be freezing tonight. And she's going to be taking them covers off. I thought this is information the people needed to know.
No, people do not need to know that information.
Oh, and Dottie, we should let her in or
No,
something.
no.
Dottie's doing fantastic too. She's man. Again, after I got done with the show with Ken, right? I ignored.
He's kicking the pelicans.
Yeah. He's like, "Get out of here,
Yeah.
pelican." Well, look, he's got to look cool in front of the ladies.
He's just on them, isn't
He's
he?
bumping them. He's not kicking them. It's not. PETA, just settle down over there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, my sinuses have been messed up for.
I didn't have time to play with
kid.
Dottie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got done with my show. Then Dottie's all wound up. Great, he's here, And so again, she stands on me in bed. That's her deal. She's got to stand on my chest.
Yeah.
So I rub her. Then she wants to play tug of war.
Right.
And she can't just calm down. And then finally she crashes, right? But so I had to do that for like an hour last night. Play with the pup, and I don't blame her. She's like, I was locked up all day long by myself. Well, she has rooms. She's got doggy doors. She's got free reign of the house and everything. But, you get home. She's like, oh, I love these people.
I know. She does love us.
And so I had to then, do that all night long.
Dee knows. Dee was just down in Florida.
Yeah.
So we went.
I know. That was a good show for not being prepared, except for Ned.
I know.
Ned's going to be really good.
I know. Ned needs to get on the dot.
You need to make Ned happen Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. We got tons of time to do it. I know. You got to show a little interest in it, though.
I tried to last night.
Come in here and
like,
say,
no.
Mark, I'll help you set it up, because we got to set up the green screen and everything like that. And
I plan to work for spring break, Debbie.
All right.
We have to work for spring break.
Do we?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, most
we're not
of
off.
it. Yeah.
We're not off at that time, but it's quiet in the school and we can get a lot done. So that's
hopefully Monday
helpful.
we have a little break.
Hopefully.
We already had 2 days off. That was super nice. Got a lot caught back up in the school.
We did.
Without working hard.
Right.
Like the one day we worked hard.
Right.
Like before you came on with me, we worked an 8-hour really hard to get everything ship shape. But see how that works. So we just work 4 hours, get it, caught up, and then we rest.
Yes.
Because rest is important as a janitor.
It is.
It's like you need those days. As much as the teachers need a break and everything, us janitors need a break too. We need to be able to, as long as the building looks good, we're allowed to kick back and relax for a little bit.
Yeah. Just take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy. Let's
So,
see, Tracer.
anyway.
I may break my neck in the spring.
Mhm.
Does that count? Yeah. And we haven't seen Ned since he met her.
The ladies,
I know.
what's up? I know. Mark is slacking.
Maybe.
And
Ned is busy.
We have
with-
several good ideas. I just
Yeah.
haven't gotten Mark to
I
do
was
any of them.
thinking Ned might be over, helping train with the tanks.
Mhm.
With Hunter.
Yeah.
They would make a good training team, right? For the big guy.
He wants to get up to Jake's place, too.
Yeah.
He's been talking about Jake.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I have a good one for Jake, too. It'll happen.
It will. It'll happen this week.
Because Jake might have had one
Video that was good.
That he had the camera stationary that I can fit right into. Yeah.
Ned was not fired. We need to.
Everybody's
get on
here.
Ned.
Brad and Karen's here.
Yeah.
They liked our story.
Uh-huh.
They're glad that we named their kids after them.
Oh, well, good.
They were like,
Good.
oh.
Good.
Thanks
Is Fred going to lunch with us?
Yeah,
and Karen?
Yeah. And we're going to take little baby Freddie that's got no diaper rash, right? But he might have side effects. we don't know what's going to go on with little baby Freddie after the trials. He could be fine.
Could be fine.
And he could
not be fine.
And he never got diaper rash.
Right.
But it's more looking like he, but maybe the efficacy of that, isn't that very good.
Maybe not.
And we find out in the trials that little baby Freddie gets diaper rash, even though he got the stuff that wasn't supposed to let him get
diaper rash.
And we find out it's
Go Fun Ned.
a little bit after the trial starts. We might find out it doesn't work as well as they say. diaper rash I'm talking about.
Yeah, we need to go unnet and.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's. I'm not talking about anything else other than
Diaper
rash.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to think anything else logically that went on lately into that scenario.
Right. Of course not.
I wouldn't want that.
No.
You know.
No. We're gonna get all these warnings below our video today. Yeah. But who knows what's going on?
It sounds ludicrous with the diaper rash trial, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It kind of does.
Well,
like people are like, I'm not, like logical people.
When did you come up with this scenario?
I was in my janitor closet.
In your janitor closet.
Yeah, it's just sitting there going, how can I get these brainwashed people to look at this in a different angle, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense that you would just rush them in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whenever you're like, hey, dude, this has been out for less than a year, I don't get it. I don't, how do you, well, you wouldn't do that if it was another trial of something that was totally didn't affect your child, right? You wouldn't do that. I thought that was a good way to maybe unbrainwash my family members.
Yeah, but it's not.
No.
So, Lazy Days, I know, is going live today at 5.
Okay.
And Little Frenchie goes live tomorrow at 5, both p.m. So I was putting that all together. I was like, I thought one was a.m. and one was p.m., but it's not. Both of them are p.m. So, anybody else
Don't do
live?
that.
Sorry.
You're starting to do that raised voice thing that just turns people off.
It turns you off.
I know it's your birthday, but you're still not allowed to do the thing, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to stretch this out 4 minutes.
4 minutes. I know, we just have 4 minutes. So.
All right. How many people made it in after we had a train wreck of a start again? Half the people were looking over on Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show because I was tired and I just hit, hey, switch it over to Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show, which is what it was to begin with.
Thank you.
And I wanted to switch it, but my brain was still on last night.
Little Frenchie's live is at 5:30 tomorrow.
Well, I was just going to bring that up too. I've looked in their page. I've got which campgrounds we got to do. We got to do that today, Debbie. Lock it in.
I know.
Get the campsite.
Good morning,
and everything.
MT.
We're doing that today, just so we're in the right.
I know.
And we'll be close to close to the bathrooms and showers.
Yeah.
Close to the activities and everything. We got it right. We just got to call up and lock it in.
I know. We do.
But we're going. It's going to be a good meetup. Go check out MT Homestead and if you want to come see
MT Homestead goes
all these
live
wonderful
on
people
Sundays.
live. See, if we all meet, then
good morning, Grill and
listen, Deb, if we all meet at a meetup, then we don't have to worry about this stupid technology.
Right.
We just talk to each other like normal people. Yeah. Around a fire. And we have a rip roaring good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, we get done with all these lives that are a train wreck. Then we can all just go there and relax and say, oh.
I do like icing. I like lots of icing on my cake.
Are we back to talking about your birthday again?
Well, no, Treasure Hunter is back to talking about my birthday on my birthday.
Where are we going to lunch?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's your call.
I know. I'm not sure.
Well, maybe we'll have a little meetup. Anybody?
No.
Today. Just come on down.
Oh, my.
I'm just teasing.
Oh, my.
I'm teasing.
I don't know. So I think we're at the end of our stuff. I thought we did pretty good today.
Sorry I'm a little wound up, but I think a more wound up Mark is better than a tired Mark.
It is. It is. It definitely makes the hour go faster. So.
It sure did.
And today, it went pretty fast.
Why is it on auto stop?
I have no idea.
What in the heck is that all about?
Maybe we didn't have any issues because it wasn't out there and then we started it.
I don't know. Nothing made sense last night. This ain't making no sense. I've never seen when did you program the auto stop to auto stop us, Deb?
I didn't.
Or is that as soon as I hit stop streaming, it's probably going to auto stop.
And I don't have to stop. Meetup. Nah.
Yeah. I love onion. I could eat them every day. Deb loves them.
I love onion burgers, but not on my birthday.
She's going to want to go to some
fancy restaurant,
crappy place that has like really expensive food, and then you will go, man, we should have just gone and got a good old-fashioned onion burger. And now we're broke. And but that's what a good husband does on on your birthday.
It is. All right.
Someone call it.
Yeah, everything's gonna work now. It's all back to normal.
Yeah. No, it'll work, Ken. I mean, yeah.
Lou.
Yeah, Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll work.
It's all.
Lou asked.
There's not the extra things going on.
And I will.
now.
Today I didn't quite test it, but I put everything back to normal. But it'll work. I'll after the show, I'll just call in, make sure everything's back to normal. I could do video.
It was just because they were trying to do it last night.
Anytime you try to do video and audio, two guests that have to come into the system, listen to me, they have to hear each other. So I have to do it through OBS. But OBS has both people's audio. So if I send them back out to both people, they hear themselves with a terrible echo.
Yeah. Thanks, Lazy Days.
I found a way around that, and it worked for one night.
MT goes live on Sundays at 2. Okay. I knew it was on Sundays. I just didn't know the time.
Now listen to me. So it worked.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't work. But I had it working the one night, and we all tested it, and we're like, oh, beautiful. Then, you power everything down. You power everything back out. And then it just went. It didn't work at all.
Right.
And even though I didn't change anything. So
thanks, Kay.
No more calls and videos at the same time.
Yeah.
It'll just be calls.
One or the other.
Or video.
Right.
And
the technology just isn't there.
Not with OBS. The technology is there. I just don't want to spend a lot of money.
Oh.
Until they figure it out. OBS could figure it out, but they don't want to right now.
You know what, Zombie? I'm not sure. Maybe our Saturday lives, we could start doing some different subject matters at the end for call-ins, like ghost stories or something.
Yeah, I mean, I might bring it back, not on Friday, because I want to.
No,
it's too close to Saturday.
Right.
And I can't have a video guest and call-ins at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna have call-ins. So Zombie 5, I know
you'll figure it out.
A couple people really like.
Yeah, people really like that show, and it's gonna catch on. It's just that
you think so?
The technology just isn't there for everything that Mark was trying to do.
Let me ask Zombie 5, Dumpster Dive. What's a good night for you? That's not Friday night. We'll just wait, and then we'll get out of here. We're over an hour, but I just wait for an answer from Zombie 5, Dumpster Dive. What night is a good night to have? Ghost, UFO, paranormal.
Saturday nights at 8 would be a good time. That would be after Corey and Cynthia's live.
You think Saturday night? But I might want to rest on.
You're right. You're
Saturday.
Right.
I might just
we're
come
old
in.
People.
Old
people. I was just thinking for UFOs.
Yeah.
You want to have it.
Friday would be a good night because everybody's just chilling, and later at night it would be a good time. But it ain't gonna happen because it destroys our
because
show.
Then Ned can't get.
Ned doesn't get done.
Yeah,
and then I'm really tired and cranky. Come our Saturday live.
She's game for any night. So
okay,
all right. So we'll figure it out.
Let me rest for a week, at least,
and we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, the technology just isn't there for both things going at once.
Yeah, it just gets, and then people can't hear, and it destroys the show. So I'm just going to call in and open up the lines and let the callers run the show.
Right.
That's what I think it should be more.
All right, so let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
All right, so until next time, remember, do your own research and be prepared.
And then we just got to wait around a little bit because if you don't wait around a little bit, then you don't hear the be prepared part.
Right.
Which is the most important part of the whole thing.
Be prepared.
So be
prepared.
Do your own research is the most important.
Yeah.
Be prepared is important. Do your own research.
Yeah.